Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to the tunnel. Now, me and Tracy are on a bit of a road trip this week, and we borrowed an incredible car to do it in, the brand new, facelifted M4 competition convertible in Isle of Man green. And I thought you'd like to come along with us on the journey. We're off to Munich in Germany first, and then we're going to come back through Austria, Switzerland and France and find some incredible driving roads. Before we get driving, Tracy gets in some last-minute Duolingo practice. We were the last car on the train, so sadly we're the last car off it. If you're using the Eurotunnel, always book a large vehicle ticket if you have a wide car with nice wheels. Tracy drove the first leg off the train into France. Another road trip tip: buy an Immovis tag for the péage. You just drive through the barrier, wait for the beep, and then it debits your bank account. Super easy. We headed to our first overnight in Reims, only a couple of hours from Calais. A simple drive into the city, and the hotel had its own parking. Then time for a nice lunch, a spot of shopping, and of course, a glass of champagne. Day 2 was a big one. Reims to Munich, over 600 kilometres. So, after just over 2 hours of driving, we had a stop, we've had a refuel, and Mrs. Greaves is driving. Only 430 kilometres to Munich. It's all right, mate.
Oh yeah.
God, France is a big country. Such a big country. Still 4 hours to go. And finally, we crossed the border. Welcome to Germany, Greavesy. Tracy's first ever drive on an Autobahn. How you feeling about that one, Greaves?
Yeah,
It's all good so far. We're just keeping an eye in the outside lane because things can come past quite quickly in Germany.
You might see this car flying up there.
He's coming up quite quick, isn't he? The traffic in Germany really wasn't great and added a couple of hours to our journey, but we both enjoyed the Autobahn. Our hotel was in the heart of Munich, so we had an escort from the hotel to take us through to where we were parked. So after 8.5 hours in the car today, we've finally arrived at a hotel in central Munich, and it's pretty cool. The M4 has been absolutely epic today. A big, long, boring drive, but fantastic on the Autobahn. We have done a tank and a half of fuel, about 750, nearly 800 kilometres of driving. But yes, she is ticking herself cool, and in there is a cold beer, and that's exactly where I'm going next. So what do you do on the night of Mrs. Greaves' birthday? Well, you go to Adele in Munich. Trace and I wanted to come and see Adele in Las Vegas, but weren't able to get tickets. And Tracy got these a while back now. And this is a temporary pop-up stadium for the month of August for Adele to play here in Munich. And it's just epic. I cannot wait for the show to start. What an evening. Even with the rain, 80,000 people had an awesome night. Adele was simply incredible. It is, indeed. Well, it's now the next day, and up ahead are the mountains of Switzerland. We had a fantastic evening last night at Adele. She was amazing, wasn't she? Absolutely incredible. The weather wasn't on our side, but in a way that almost made it, because it was just special and Adele was so funny. And that was a big bucket list item ticked off for both of us. We wanted to see her in concert for a long time. But there were two reasons really for coming on this trip. The first one was to celebrate Tracy's birthday by seeing Adele in Munich. But the second one was to stretch the legs of this M4 convertible. We drove to Munich over a couple of days and really just sat on motorways. We're driving back home over 4 days and coming back through Austria and Switzerland and then France to try and find some beautiful scenery and some incredible roads. So we left Munich this morning. I did the first stint of driving, a couple of hours on the Autobahn. And what I would say about this car is I didn't do a VMAX run or anything, but it quite happily sits at 150, 160 kilometers an hour, super smooth. And even with the roof down, it's not that much bluster in here. We could talk to each other. And it's an amazing and very competent motorway cruiser. In fact, the drive we did to Munich, we were in this car for over 8 hours, again, mostly on kind of Autobahn style roads, and it was a super comfortable place. The journey was probably 2 hours longer than we really wanted it to be, but we got out at the hotel and we weren't destroyed. These carbon seats might look uncomfortable, but actually they're very supportive, and even over such a long period of time in the car, we didn't really get a numb bum. The little kind of bit between your legs for the passengers, a bit of a pain. For the driver, it's okay though. So we then crossed over into Austria. We stopped off and did a driver swap. And one of the things, just to point out, if you've never driven in Austria or Switzerland before, one of the things you do need to do is buy something called a vignette. And you can get them at any petrol station or shop. We just pulled over at a services and bought ours there. Unfortunately, we only were in Austria for less than an hour, probably did 30 kilometers or less, but we still had to buy a vignette, and the minimum amount of time you can buy one for in Austria is 10 days, which is a bit annoying. It was only like 15 euros or something. And then we also bought our Swiss vignette from the service station in Austria, and the minimum time you can buy one of those for is a year, and it's like 45 euros. You stick them in the front windscreen and then that's it. Don't be tempted not to get one and run the risk, because if you do get stopped by the police, the financial penalties are quite severe. So Tracy then had a short stint of driving through Austria. We crossed the Swiss border and then into Switzerland. And if I just point my camera this way for you, it is just the most beautiful, beautiful scenery. Now, I've done plenty of driving in the Alps during the summer, but Tracy's never actually driven or been in either country in the summertime to see the mountains with no snow on them, so we're really looking forward to that. So we're now heading to Lucerne, where we're going to overnight, and then tomorrow the driving really cracks on, because tomorrow we're driving through Switzerland from Lucerne all the way to a place called Grindelwald, and in between those two is the iconic Furka Pass. And I'm very, very much looking forward to that. I haven't driven the car a great deal so far. Tracy's been doing most of the driving, haven't you?
I don't think so.
That's a yes. But yeah, I might have to steal the keys for the Furka Pass tomorrow. But anyway, let's crack on. Okay, so I'm jealous now. We've come off the dual carriageway and we've hit the first bit of really nice driving road that we've seen pretty much since we crossed over the continent. We haven't really been on that many back roads, and this one's lovely. You always know it's nice when you look at the sat nav and it kind of looks like that. So Tracy's now suddenly snapped into girl racer mode. I'm just enjoying driving the car. The views are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Switzerland is a beautiful country. I think this road's going to be quite cool, and this is just the start of what we've got. Certainly looking at the map tomorrow, the roads we're going to experience tomorrow are going to be even better than this.
Stop being jealous.
I'm not jealous. Do you like Switzerland?
It's very gorgeous.
Do you like the M4?
It's absolutely fab. Perfect for a female driver.
Perfect for a female driver. Why?
It's just really
sturdy and handles really smoothly. Got lots of power when you need it, and it's super comfortable. So yeah, big tick from me.
Perfect road trip car, perfect pup car, because we've got 2 seats in the back where the puppies could be.
Well, they could, but they're not.
They're not here today, are they?
No.
Anyway, I'll let you enjoy this stunning bit of road. Look at this. Sadly, we've got loads of traffic. Well, we have safely arrived at our hotel, the Renaissance Hotel here in Lucerne. That car is just rapidly becoming a firm favourite of ours. It has been epic today, but tomorrow it's going to be more epic. So we're going to check in, get it parked, and then we're going to go and explore Lucerne, and then tomorrow we're going to do some proper driving. Now, before we go in and explore the hotel and Lucerne, I guess as a road trip car, boot space is quite important. So I thought I'd show you exactly what we've got. And it's pretty good, but it does have its limitations. So, laptop bag, Adele water bag, big bag, and then here's the challenge. So this part here, if you want to be able to drop the roof, you need to be to leave that down, and that does restrict the size of space or luggage compartment that you have. If I just take out all the bags that I need to take out, I can show you. There's nothing in there, that's fine. This is my drone for tomorrow, need to get that charged. So yeah, if you basically lift that up like that, you get a whole bunch more space, but that means you can't drop the roof. So it's a sunny road trip, so that does limit the roof space just a little bit, but you still get loads and loads of stuff in the boot. Time to explore Lucerne, dominated by this beautiful old wooden bridge on the waterfront with the crystal clear glacial waters. Just walking across the bridge, breathing in the fresh air, looking at the beautiful buildings. Switzerland, just so stunning. This is more like it. Welcome to the ascent to the Gotthard Pass. We left Lucerne this morning and have driven through the most beautiful scenery, but this is the bit I really wanted to get to. And I've done it without a recce, so Tracy's been very, very patient with me because we've got lost about 3 times, haven't we?
You have.
We have, I have. So there is a big main road that runs up the Gotthard Pass from a place called Erolo, but the road I really wanted to see was this one because it's just so beautiful. It's not really the kind of road that you drive up quickly. You just drive up and enjoy the scenery. There's lots of heroic cyclists. It's quite a climb this, but you have to be super careful because there's cars on the way down, there's fast bikes on the way down, but you've got views like that. Absolutely mega. Wow. It's quite special. Now, in terms of the car while we're going up this beautiful valley, all the time we've been driving around so far, we've just been in the normal drive modes, letting the car change gear for itself in a relaxed way, really. And even in that setup, it's a rapid car, this. Really, really rapid. But when you want to enjoy a bit more of a sporty drive, you've got the configurable M buttons on the steering wheel, or you can just go into Sport and Sport Plus. But I've configured M1 to be Sport in everything but suspension, which I've set to Comfort, and M2 to be Sport Plus in everything but suspension, which I've set to Comfort. This is pretty. This is a stunning bit of road. We're now going to get some proper, lots of switchbacks, I think, and lots of cars coming up. The guy's doing this on bikes, by the way.
Hard.
Oh, cool! This cobble's uphill. And I actually drove past this on the main road and saw it and was like, oh no! But on the sat nav it looks amazing. What a road. Sensational road. This is, imagine when it was made, this road, way back. Laying all of these cobbles so beautifully as well. They're all in a lovely design, aren't they?
They are.
So yes, if you are in Switzerland and you want to see the most beautiful road, not the fastest driving road, it's not about that at all, this road. In fact, it's anything but fast. You have to be quite careful and quite considered because of the heroic cyclists. And then you get lovely little switchbacks. Look at these, look, they're Diddy. Oh wow. Motorbike. What a bit of road this is.
It's just incredible.
Well, I think this is the last hairpin of the epic road. Wow. Just immense. Absolutely immense. If you attack this from the top, by the way, when you come around where all the bars are, don't be put off by the cobbles. We were at the top and I presumed because it was cobbles you weren't allowed to drive down there, and we waited for a while and didn't see any cars going down there, but you can drive down here and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So as if by magic, just a transition of 20 minutes maybe, you're at the foot of the Furka Pass, another iconic climb here in the Swiss Alps. Lots of bikes. I've already spotted a big coach on its way down. So the road here is much wider and less cobbled than going up the St. Gotthard Pass, but it's still not wide enough to do anything other than just drive up it and enjoy the view. What a view.
But you can't see down here.
That's a golf course.
Beautiful. Yeah, golf course.
That guy was driving off the side of the road.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh my days.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet you lose some golf balls on that.
Yeah, it looks pretty challenging.
I'm in manual gear change and it's super crisp up and down. You can actually change the ferocity. I've just got it in its default, but you can tweak that if you want. The nice thing about this car is it's just so, there's that coach, so customizable in terms of the drive modes and drive settings. And you just set it on an M button on the steering wheel and you can get in it. So I can have a mode for me and a mode for Mrs. Greaves. Look at that. most spectacular?
Sorry?
The most spectacular we've done? Or did you like the little cobbled one?
No, I like the little cobbled one.
The cobbled one was cool, wasn't it?
But from a view perspective, this is just amazing.
Wow. So I think this one is definitely a case of come up it the way we're going down it.
Yeah.
I reckon that would be an incredible drive.
Well, I guess this is more of a driving road, whereas the other one was
The
just
little,
enjoying the kind of scenery and the road itself.
yeah. You could probably drive up here at a little bit more pace. So this is why we came to Switzerland. What do you think?
Yes, fantastic.
Beautiful. So yes, road trip goals. If you want to see the most beautiful scenery, then you've got to come to Switzerland because it's amazing. And if you have a convertible, one of the things I love about a convertible is you can look up at that where we've come from, or up at there, because there's no roof in the way. It just makes you feel completely connected with the landscape, and I think that's the joy of having a car like this, the ability to drop the roof and have the dogs in the back.
Yeah.
We need the puppies in the back though, don't we?
Yeah. Definitely do.
Might let you have a drive in a minute. That was a good bit to camera, that, Greaves.
What bit to camera?
That bit, I moved the camera when we got to the top.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't sign up for that.
Well, it kind of did. You've been on camera a couple of times in this film.
Yeah, well, this is GDPR.
GDPR.
Yeah, I didn't.
Have you got the number of your agent?
I didn't sign the waiver.
Well, I need to speak to your agent. Oh, look at that, look. Oh my goodness me.
It just keeps on giving.
It just keeps on giving.
Because basically it's going over there. If you haven't worked that out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you make a road like that?
Well, they must have commissioned people to design really interesting driving roads. That, or the topography of the landscape, and that was how they used
Do you think they did that? Do you think it was topography of the landscape rather than let's build a kick-ass driving road? Oh, this is just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
It sure is.
No, never. Would I possibly dare do that with you in the car? That's quite possibly the fastest I've driven it so far. Tight.
Very tight.
So at the top of the Furka Pass is the most beautiful restaurant, and I've stopped to have my first schnitzel of the holiday. Tracy's gone for some pasta. How about that for a view, Greavesy?
It's so beautiful.
I mean, next level views. This hotel is just amazing, absolutely amazing. But let's stop filming and tuck in. So yes, Hotel Grimsel Passo, probably not how you say it. It has the best view ever Let's wander back to the car. Tracy's going to drive back now to our overnight stop in Grindelwald, but what a view that hotel and restaurant has. Now that is the kind of sat-nav screen that you want, isn't it, Greavesy? It's your turn to drive now.
If you say so, it's just a very nice little road.
It's a very nice little road. Look at it though. Wow. So this is now coming off the back end of the Furka Pass. Looks like they're building a dam down there, or have been doing some work on a dam. Just look at this. Amazingly enough, we have just had lunch next to a couple that came from Newcastle, but they were at Adele on Wednesday with us and got wet with us. But yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing.
Wow.
It's a very, very small world. Ah, there's a helicopter down there taking off as well. Wow. That was pretty cool. What a simply epic day of driving. We've arrived at our destination this evening in Grindelwald. The M4 is ticking herself cool, but this place is just off the charts beautiful, surrounded by the tallest mountains, the most stunning scenery. A couple of things before I go in and relax after a hard day. I thought I'd just talk about a couple of changes in the LCI M4. It's got the CSL rear tail light, which look nice, and a slightly remodeled diffuser. Still got the signature quad tailpipes. We've got a split configuration, 20-inch wheels on the back, 19s on the front, both shod with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which have been keeping me safe all trip. I've got the carbon ceramics on this car, and also just at the front, the new headlamps, lots and lots of dead bugs and stuff on there, but we've got new daytime running lights, a new signature, which I think is really smart. And you'd have to be a big M4, M3 aficionado to spot major differences on the front. It still looks cool and aggressive. I love the dimples on the bonnet, the big power bulge. And then just finally inside is maybe where you see most of the differences. The big thing being that we've got a flat bottom steering wheel. But yeah, a really lovely place to spend lots and lots of time. So I'm now going to go inside and have another beer. I really enjoyed that. Tomorrow is a big day. We've got to go from Grindelwald back to Reims, which is, without stopping, 6.5, nearly 7 hours. It's a big day tomorrow, but we're going to enjoy this beautiful scenery this evening. Just epic. Bye-bye, Switzerland.
Bye-bye, Switzerland.
What an amazing country. That's an absolutely amazing country. We will be back. It's so beautiful. But yeah, and we're now back in French France. And we've still got just under 400 kilometres to go. So as Tracy drives us across France, let's just carry on the conversation about some of the upgrades with the LCI version of the M4. So a lot more carbon trim on the inside. I showed you the flat bottom steering wheel, but there's lots of carbon trim on there, which makes the interior look really special. And then this little cubby hole in there with the wireless charge mat for your phone, a couple of drinks holders. Other changes to the LCI, the engine has a little bit more power, so now 530 horsepower, and that makes this car shift along the road. The coupe will do 0 to 62 in 3.5 seconds. The convertible a little bit slower, 3.7, mainly due to the extra weight. As soon as you take the roof off a car like this, you need to put extra stiffening and so on. And then price-wise, so the M4 convertible is priced from £91,500. However, if you start putting some spec on this car, and this particular press car has the ultimate pack, it's got the carbon ceramics, and if you start to look, even the paintwork, the beautiful Isle of Man green, paintwork. This car we're sat in is around about £115,000. Can we still have one?
No.
No. Now that is a lot of money.
It's a lot of car.
It's a lot of car though, isn't it?
Yeah.
An absolute lot of car. And it's blown us away really, but we've still got 300 and something kilometres to go. I might even get to have a drive soon. The roof has come down. We left Grindelwald this morning and it was raining, and I was gutted because I really wanted to do this entire road trip with the roof down. All I would say though is the little bit of driving we did with the roof up, we drastically noticed the difference in fuel economy. It was
Don't take the roof down.
yeah, so if you're interested in fuel economy, leave the roof up. If you want to get a nice suntan and don't care about spending some fuel money, then you can drop the roof. At the end of the trip, by the way, I will share the average MPG and our total mileage. But for now, we're going to crack on and concentrate about going across France, and it is a beautiful day. And as if by magic, we are back in the UK. Well, very nearly. We've got to get off the tunnel. One more thing to do. I just need to update you on how many miles we've done and what our MPG was, because it's not quite as good as I thought it might be. This car has been epic. We are so nearly home along one of my favourite bits of road, although it's always a really busy bit of road, unfortunately, but it's very picturesque. We've got 20 miles to go of what's been a simply epic road trip, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been great.
It's
Really
been
great.
so good. We haven't filmed much the last 2 days. Yesterday we drove from Grindelwald to Reims, and we routed using Google Maps, and I don't know whether it was a setting I had put on, but we didn't use any auto route apart from the last 30k, and we drove down the most fantastic bits of road, some lovely dual carriageway, and the last little stretch, single carriageway road through the French countryside was just beautiful. But actually the drive, we were dreading it a little bit, but it was brilliant, wasn't it? It didn't take us that, well, it took us over 6 hours, but it could have been way worse. It was a beautiful drive. And then this morning we left Reims bright and early and headed for the Eurotunnel, and we got through there quite easily. So actually it's been a fairly easy trip. I thought I would just leave you with my trip data. We've got 20 miles to go, so we will have done 1,760 miles, and we've averaged 27.5 mpg. Now, that might not sound brilliant, but I think actually for an M4, M3, talking to Joe, that's quite good.
Well, it went up since I've been driving.
So I also think yesterday we did quite a bit of driving with the roof up because it was raining, and today we've driven all the way from Reims with the roof up, and that does make a huge difference to the fuel economy. Unfortunately though, you don't get the wind in your hair and the kind of views, and what's been really interesting is the smells as well. Driving through some of the pine forests in Germany, you could smell the countryside. It was very, very beautiful. Anyway, that is the end of this hopefully pretty epic video, certainly an epic road trip. And our final impressions of the M4 Convertible is, it's a great car, isn't it?
Cracking.
It's a mega car. We now need to start saving, basically. No. Oh, okay, maybe not. But what we are going to do, we're going to get home and the pups will be there, and we've missed them so much. But what we'd love to do is pick them up, put them in the back, and go back again to Switzerland.
I think BMW might have something to say about that.
Yeah, I think probably, because the car's getting picked up day after tomorrow. But yes, this is the perfect car for us in terms of, it's a brilliant road trip car. The boots are good size. Remember, if you want to drop the roof, you do lose a bit of boot capacity, but even with that loss of boot capacity, we've got plenty of bags in, we've had plenty of luggage. It is a little bit thirsty. It does like having visits to the fuel station, especially if you drive it hard, but when you do put your foot on the accelerator, it's a fast car, but it's very comfortable over a long distance as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome.
Abby.
And you? What? Got to follow you online.
Give me a thumbs up.
Give Tracy. Yeah. Do we want more Tracy in videos? We met a lovely couple in the hotel in Reims last night who were like, oh, they were more happy about meeting Tracy than they were about me. But yeah, don't forget, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next film. But for now, you take care, guys. Drive safe. Yay! Hello. Hello, you.
Let's go outside.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Come on, baby dolls.